Hi everyone, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. Today is the 1st of May, and that means a huge LEGO summer wave is being unveiled. In this video we'll be focusing on Technic sets, but I'll be looking at other teams soon too, so make sure you subscribe with notifications if you don't want to miss those videos. 8 new Technic sets were revealed today, and only 5 of them are cars, not a bad start. These 3 will be released in June, with the rest coming in August. Some of them are already available for pre-order on lego.com. I've linked them below and in the pinned comment and will update as they go online, so be sure to check what's available in your country. The prices are not all confirmed by LEGO yet, I will use the information available from the retailers. We'll be going in set number order, so let's start with the 42208 Aston Martin Valkyrie. The Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro has already had 2 Speed Champions releases. Apparently we are now getting the street legal version in dark turquoise, which isn't a very common color for Technic, so there's bound to be a number of recolors here. The car is part of the car transporter gang. The expected price is €60 and it has 707 pieces. As you can see on the box, the set has the Asphalt Legends Unite logo, just like the Corvette Stingray earlier this year. I guess you get a code to unlock the car in the game. The back of the box shows us the rear of the LEGO set, the real car and some features. Apparently we will get a working V12 engine, an opening engine cover and roof hinge doors. I think the overall shape is okay considering the scale, there are some good details, and we get 8 identical wheel arches, which could be a new record for a set like this. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the parts used for the headlights. At least they look printed, unlike all the other decorations on the car, which are clearly stickers. Lining up the ones on the roof is certainly not going to be fun. One interesting detail, the half bushes on the wheels appear to have a new color, although I cannot clearly identify it. The next one is the 42209 Volvo L120 electric wheel loader. It costs €100 and comes with 973 pieces. The bucket is definitely new and it's the first time these tires appear in a Technic set. Previously you could see them on the 1989 Batmobile and the Ninjago vehicle. The back of the box shows us a different angle and also the functions. We have the hand-of-God steering, the bucket elevation and tilt is controlled by 2 knobs on the back, the engine cover can be opened, and also some panels on the side that allow access to the brick-built electric components. In this photo you can take a look under the hood. It looks like it's a pretty dense build with a lot going on inside. The empty bottle, hopefully water, is an interesting detail next to the driver. I certainly wouldn't leave it there while I'm working, but maybe it's supposed to symbolize the smoothness of the electric drive. Here's the car many of you have been waiting for, another icon from the Fast and Furious universe, the 42201 Too Fast Too Furious Nissan Skyline GTR R34. €140, 1410 pieces, and finally it seems to be in the scale of the old Technic Charger, unlike the Supra we got earlier this year. That decision still makes no sense to me. Anyway, it's here, it's big and well, a bit boxy. The headlights look good at first glance, but I'm not sure about the large panel underneath. At first I thought we had gotten brand new rims, but apparently wheel covers are back in this scale. Here's a better photo of them. I don't think we ever got these in Technic sets, apart from the F1 wheel covers of course. Nowadays they are only available in Speed Champions, but in the Racers theme they were used for larger cars a long time ago. The back of the box shows the rear of the car, lots of stickers apart from the printed wheel arches, 3 nose bottles and a very interesting feature. Behind the hand-of-God steering knob there is a lever that operates the 2 large ball joints at the rear. When they are lowered, the car can drift. This feature is quite unique. I'm glad to see something new in these cars and I can't wait to test it. Here's the inline-6 engine under the hood, and there are some other cool details to discover. We've got a lot of gears here, so the steering wheel will be functional, which is great, but I see another gear under the engine, which means there should be a differential there, and that can only mean one thing: all-wheel drive. Also, there's a clutch in the drivetrain here which supports this theory. If we look at the drift function again, you will realize why the 4-wheel drive was implemented. When the car is rolling on the balls at the back, the rear wheels are in the air and it would look pretty funny if they weren't spinning, so in this case the front wheels are driving the rear wheels. So some interesting and unique features, new parts, this set looks pretty exciting. I think it's better to see it in the flesh before we discuss the shape and the stickers. I hope to get my hands on it soon. Time to check out the sets coming in August. The first is the 42211 Lunar Outpost Moon Rover space vehicle. It's a licensed set, even if it doesn't look exactly like the robots or rovers they have on their website. The blue rubber inserts look like the ones we had for EV3 a long time ago, and the whole construction of the wheel is quite interesting. We have white track pieces over a new rim design that almost looks 3D printed, but maybe it is another wheel cover and something else is there to support the tracks. There is a large robotic arm that can pick up the tank and also the smaller tracked vehicle. Also, these chain links are in white, I think that's something new. By the way, the set costs €100 and has 1082 pieces. Here's the next member of the car transporter gang, the 42212 Ferrari FXK. 897 pieces for €60 with the same game collaboration as the others this year. The back of the box shows the rear of the Lego car, the real one, and the opening engine cover. The car is supposed to have a V12 engine, but from this angle we can't see if all the pistons are there. We have hand-of-God steering for sure, and a quite good bodywork. The front end and also the wedge shape of the real car are pretty well captured. There is an important new part on the side, a completely flat mudguard piece, something that was really missing from the lineup. This is another vehicle in red, at least it looks like red if I put the two boxes side by side, but it is a completely different type, the 42213 Ford Bronco. Same price, 943 pieces. This one looks much better than I expected. Finally, after the Jeep Wrangler, we get another off-road vehicle in this scale. We got brand new tires, they look like the smaller version of the ones we had on the G500. The same flat fenders are used, the extensions look similar to the ones we had on the Ford F-150 Raptor, but these need to be smaller, so they should be new as well. The box doesn't reveal much about the features. The steering is apparently operated by the spare tire in the back, the doors and hood open, and there's a V6 engine inside. Now let's see who's next. The 42214 Lamborghini Revoto, €180 with 1135 pieces. There's the Control Plus logo on the front, so it's an RC set, and given the glowing headlights and taillights on the box, I'm sure it's built around the same all-in-one Technic hub we had in the Porsche last year. As a bonus, this car will also be featured in the same game as the smaller ones. In-game it might look a bit odd next to them as their scale is quite different. The iconic headlights on the front have been recreated with a brand new part. Hopefully the parts are well attached, it is an RC car after all. Unlike the Porsche, the doors here are fixed and of course there is no fake engine. Some panels could be new in light bluish grey, at least it looks like light bluish grey in the photos. The huge stickered exhaust at the back looks weird, it's so big I wonder why it couldn't be brick built. The wheels on the other hand look a bit small, but we will see how it looks in real life. So, it appears to be a reskin of the Porsche, it will be interesting to compare them. And here comes the biggest Technic set of the 2025 summer wave, the 42215 Volvo EC500 hybrid excavator. 2,359 pieces and a whopping €400 on the price tag. For that kind of money it should be remote controlled, right? Well, I'm not sure about that. You can see the battery is not included stamp on the box, but there's no Control Plus logo. On the back of the box it says motorized functions, which we last saw on the box of the Airbus helicopter in 2022, so apparently the set has the dumb battery box, you can actually see it sticking out here, and some functions will be operated with an internal gearbox. There's also a sign of this on the box, namely the function selector and the various movements they can control. I see 3 different movements of the boom and bucket, but there are many more slots on the gearbox. According to the product page, 4 functions are motorized, so apparently changing the hammer and bucket is included. The Airbus was previously the only Technic set with a simple powered-up battery box, at least officially. So this is the first land vehicle in the powered-up era that works like the famous sets of the power functions era, such as Big Red over here, where the movement was not motorized and the functions were linked to a gearbox. But the rough terrain crane was $300 back in 2018, which may be close to 400 now, but that had more than 4,000 pieces. I know piece count is just one thing, but it will be interesting to compare them and all the features. As far as parts go, the bucket looks new and the big linear actuators are new in black as well. However, the most interesting new part is the triangular panel that appears in several places on the build. Here's a close-up, there seems to be a slot through which you can probably connect 2 of them together. This novelty helps a lot with decoration without stickers, which is great. I'm sure some of you will be happy with the gearbox and manual functions, others would have liked the fully RC big flagship excavator. Well, the 2019 Leaper had 7 motors and 2 hubs for $450, that would be more than $550 today. Would anyone be happy with that price tag and the fully RC set? I'm not sure. But now is the time to let me know what you think of all these sets. There's a lot to consume and discuss. New parts, new colors, interesting concepts. Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications because more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.